Hi, welcome to our new podcast, Production 2.
Popcorn.
I mean, who doesn't love movie popcorn? Because I do.
It's the best.
It is butter or no butter?
I do. I mean, here's the thing. It's already flavored with butter, so
That's what I'm saying.
I do know butter.
Yeah, sometimes I sneak some M&Ms inside.
Well, yes, yeah.
Mix
different
it up. Little
different
sweet and
flavor
salty.
profile.
We want to talk about why we decided to make this podcast.
Yes.
So, I'm Sherry.
I'm Isabella.
We met because this is one of my daughter's dearest friends. But it turns out we love the movies.
In a way that some people may say can be concerning, but for us, it's a lifestyle.
No, seriously, my best day is to go to the movies all day.
Yes, 100%.
Like when I was early married, I would just go from like movie theater to movie theater, like back to back movies.
It's fun, like movie hopping instead of bar hopping.
Yep, I movie hopped. I didn't bar hop. I movie hopped.
That's actually fun.
I love theater. I wanted to be an actress growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and then I wanted to go into costume and makeup, and my parents were like, "No, you're not going to LA. You'll die."
Well,
We'll never know. We'll never know. What got you into film?
I liked the how and how something was made. I will never forget when I watched the Fast and Furious movies. It was the camera shots and them using real cars. It's just like, how did they do this? I want to know how they do it, and is this something that you could study? So, long story short, from wanting to become a vet, wanted to pursue film, completely side of the career spectrum. And I love the teamwork aspect of it, and I think it's awesome to see how a story can come to life.
Yeah, it's true. And it's funny because I don't know about you, but I always like to stay through the entire credits, and not because there's going to be an extra cool scene. I just want to give people their due time. I mean, so many people put their heart and soul into movies, and sometimes movies take years from concept to the theater.
Yeah.
And I just feel like those people need, like, I saw your name.
I think it's also fun, like the Easter eggs when we went to see Marty Supreme.
Oh, yeah.
We saw that Timmy had his personal chef, and I thought that
Yes.
you wouldn't know he had a personal chef unless you watched the credits.
Yeah. In fact, when I was looking for baby names, I used to watch to the end of the movie to look for names, different names that I hadn't seen before. Fun fact, though, my daughter's name is from one of my favorite movies, which is still Magnolia's, Shelby.
Oh, I did not know this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cute.
So, and all of my music at my wedding was either from a movie or a Broadway production.
Oh, see, that's taste and culture.
So
Okay.
my heart belongs to the movies.
Mhm.
We wanted to do a podcast that just really, we could chat about what we liked about a movie, maybe what we didn't, and maybe she liked it, maybe I didn't.
Yes.
Because there is a little bit of an age gap here. So
just a few years.
Just a few short years.
Yes, yeah. Especially with you having seen what we call the ultimate classics in the theater. I think it's cool for us to now be able to see like what can be considered the new classics, or that can meet the standard of like, oh wow,
what makes a classic movie. So if you're ready for that, because this podcast is going to include all the good stuff, all the fun stuff, I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
All right, so here we go. The review of our first film.
Welcome to the very first episode of Production of Popcorn, where we will be discussing Project Hail Mary.
Yes!
But before we get into it, let us introduce ourselves.
I am Sherry.
I'm Isabella. And yeah, we're excited to start with this film because what a great way to kick off 2026.
Oh my goodness. I've seen a couple of films, but this one to me, it was like, okay, now we're at the movies.
Oh
like,
my gosh, yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, especially I would say we chose to watch it specifically in the format RPX at Regal, and I think what I'm theorizing, only alleged, it's like the competitor to IMAX. So it's something very similar to that movie experience. So it's a full screen theater, great sound.
You could feel the seats shaking.
My gosh, like
it was great.
It was great. What caught your attention when it came to this film once it was announced?
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, that's it. I have no notes.
Just kidding. Am I though? Well, no. I mean, I think it seemed a little bit funny. It seemed a little bit serious, and I don't know, just the way it looked already filmed kind of caught my eye. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. When I first watched the trailer, one, it was Ryan Gosling, yes, but then also it was character that we did not know we were gonna really meet properly. It was like this like weird alien thing. I thought with how it was marketed at the time, it was gonna push more like psychological space thriller.
Yeah,
Like I was a bit hesitant, but I was like, you know what? It's Ryan Gosling. There has to be some humor in there.
exactly. It's not going to all be well. So, do you know why he did this film?
No, I did not.
Okay, so fun fact: this movie is a throwback to like E.T. specifically.
Yeah.
Interesting concept of it took about 6 years from when he first read the script. So
Mhm.
I didn't realize this when I saw the movie, but it was a book.
Yes. Yeah.
So from the same guy who did Martian.
I did not know it was the same author.
Yeah, I didn't either. So, but basically, he said he made the movie because everything in the last few years has been doomsday apocalyptic, but not a very happy ending.
Yes.
And so he wanted to make one that gave he said specifically this movie was for his children. And it was to give hope that maybe it's not something, the future's not something to fear, but something to figure out.
Yes, I like that.
And I love that because I feel like everything nowadays, like, I'm going to scare you, I'm going to scare you, I'm going to scare you. And listen, we don't need to be way more scared. We do need hope. And I love that that's what this movie truly gave. I remember, that's right, here's the age part. I remember seeing E.T. in the theater. I was on vacation visiting my cousins in Florida, and because I lived in Georgia at the time, and I sobbed in that movie. I mean, I was so much younger. I must have been like fifth grade or fourth grade, and just sobbing when E.T. and Elliot, or hopefully you've seen this movie right now, but you know, um, but anyway, that's why he made it to give us hope, and it did have that feeling.
Yeah, I absolutely am amazed of like the way the internet we use the term like hope core, where it's just like anything that categorizes like within like having hope or like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. This movie really is a great capsule, and not only that, it's gonna age beautifully because
I think so.
the science that they were mentioning, the technology, the aspects of them trying to like the world is going to in this case is going to freeze over because the star is dying.
Yep.
It really shows you that like that's kind of what's happening nowadays. And it's really interesting because I don't know when the book was written, but clearly this guy was able to.
Well, so I was watching about the author of the book, and he said that when he's writing books, he can't really visualize the characters.
He's me. Oh my god.
He just writes. He writes what he knows. He called it something. He couldn't really see the characters, so he didn't really have, because he helped on the film obviously, but he didn't really have an idea of like what he wanted Rocky to look like, or what he wanted the teacher to look like, or whoever. And so when they made Rocky, he was like, yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have a preconceived notion of in his head of what that should already look like.
And I think that's kind of nice because that allows the creative freedom of the other departments to come in and play around and suggest some ideas of like, what are your thoughts? And I think someone like him, in a way, it allows the open-mindedness of him. Like, and I also really appreciate the perspective. I mean, we could get right into it. I think the best thing was a teacher. I think what's awesome about this being a teacher, not only that showcasing that he has
a middle school teacher
specifically. I think that's a pretty awesome.
That's the hardest of them all.
And that he's a teacher, and that he has a doctorate in not only in a science but in a specific science. And he wrote like it shows you like all the teachers, like how many of them have these high performing levels of like intellect, but because of just like how the career field works and what they want to specialize in, it doesn't lead them to become teachers. But it shows you that even then that there are people like seeking them out, and just because you're a teacher doesn't mean you're not smart. It's just you love the passion of teaching others, and that's another thing that is added to his character, because we see that, you know.
Yeah, I think for me, I've had a really hard time in theaters the last few years because of so much green screen and CGI. And so, I mean, listen, you're going to hate me, but even like with, say, Star Wars films, because, you know, I did grow up with the fact that they used models and they used scale and they used location. And this movie, I think why I really loved it was there was no green screen. Rocky was a puppet with 6 people, you know, in all black, trying to hide that they were there, communicating. But he had a real voice. They looked for someone that really had a real voice.
I love that scene.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
That
no.
no, yeah, no, no. Come on, Meryl Streep.
She could do no
Yeah,
wrong.
she could do no wrong. But I think it showed in this movie, and I think that's why you could connect, because things were real.
Yeah, and something then I didn't know like the stunt aspect of it, but like seeing the behind the scenes of like it felt the camera movements felt like we were him, like we were
Yes.
in there, we were in the spaceship, like it wasn't like a still and we're seeing him like only float around like okay, well clearly like it's a set.
Yeah.
But the movement of us following him with the camera, seeing it, there's the chaos, or if it's not chaos, like the flow of him through space. It's like we're with him, like we're there in that spaceship with him, and I think that's the I would have loved to see the coordination behind
Yeah, I've
that.
seen a couple of things of them showing like how they built the spacecraft and how they were putting him in there to kind of, and I guess I didn't know this about our spaceships, or what are they called?
Like, yeah, spaceship.
Spaceship.
I
Oh,
don't know.
I don't know. But I guess they're made from so many different companies.
Oh my god, yes, yes, yes. Did you see that?
I saw that. So all the parts should look a little different, and I was like, oh, like that roller coaster they just took down at Universal. But anyway, I digress. What was your favorite scene? Not to give too much spoilers, but just like, what was a favorite scene of yours? Like it kind of like, caught you.
I would say there's two. The first one was him remembering or trying to like identify who these people are,
Oh yeah.
and seeing it by the picture and him narrating and like how the narration was written. It's in the way of telling the audience who are these people, and also him reminding himself like
who was he?
Yeah, who was he? Who was I with? What it's like? What's kind of trying to gain that memory, and alongside that being when he's showing Rocky like Earth.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
And I think it's so beautiful because he was truly showing like the beauty of Earth
that we forget.
Yeah,
I think we're forgetting how beautiful Earth. I think we're so inundated with bad, all this is bad. We're forgetting we have a beautiful world.
Yeah.
I think we're forgetting that. Did you notice he was wearing a Cat's t-shirt? A Cat's
musical
t-shirt?
Yes! I was looking for you. I was like, where?
I know. He was wearing a Cat's musical t-shirt. And I said, okay, that's when I have to give a shout out. So I follow Mark Avery. If you do not follow him, you should. He is Ryan Gosling's stylist. He worked with the costume department to style Ryan for this movie, as he's done with multiple movies. So an Easter egg is when he's kind of Grace's character, that's Ryan Gosling's character, is telling Rocky about like his history of like, does he have anyone? And he's like, my girlfriend and I broke up. Now she's with this guy named Mark. Easter egg, he was pointing to his stylist. I love that Easter. I love Easter eggs from production. It's like my favorite thing because it makes you feel like even more connected to the movie somehow.
Yeah, I think it's moments like that where, it's an Easter egg not only within, the production of it all, but within like the community of like the film, because you're able to, it's like if you know, and if you do like a little bit of research, or if they tell us like, oh, if like, did you know this little thing? It's like, I think that's what's cool about it, because it brings me back to like student projects or just like projects made with friends. It's like, what can we incorporate there that's like only we would know, and like unless we tell people, like they wouldn't know like what's going on. And I think that's what's fun, because it really brings back that like it is humans behind these things at the end of the day. And this project, alongside many, really showcases that like it is possible to do stuff alongside others. And once again, it's a human art form.
It's a human art form, and we have to keep that. We cannot lose human contact, because I think the telling of those stories, this story, I think was really important, that we all have a part to play. I think too, just like for me, it was like after he kind of has befriended and figured out how to communicate to the alien, he then gets a little annoyed at the alien. Like, so funny, because in human nature, how we're so curious, and then, or we want to be friends and we want to connect, and then sometimes we do, and we're like, ooh.
Right. We know, like, oh, well, all right.
Okay, I gotta figure out this person's like ins and outs. But I thought that was really, really funny. Like boundaries and
Yeah,
like
yeah. And what are your thoughts on the overall relationship between Grace and Rocky throughout the film and how it developed?
I loved it because I think you really it's like any friendship or marriage or siblings or you really have to learn to work with each other and to love each other and to know boundaries and to know what you're willing to do, what you're willing maybe to not do, and I think they were both they kind of both came to that conclusion of what they were willing to do. And I think that's what made it work. One wasn't saying I'm always right, the other one wasn't saying I'm always right. It was like they came together and they said this is what we both need to do.
Yeah, and it's like, why are you here? No, why are you here? And it's like when they're like, oh, we're here for the same reason.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's awesome is even with this language barrier, because that's what it was. Like they were able to, come to a conclusion of like, okay, how can we work alongside each other?
Right.
And I think when humanity is at its best, you get to see like, yeah, when we want to work together, we can.
Exactly.
There's moments when we choose not to do so, and there's the outcome it won't be as what we originally wanted. But with them, it clearly shows that both of them are like, we're the last of our own species.
Yeah.
We kind of have to work together in order to solve what our original mission was, which was to save our planet.
Yeah.
And then from there, they're figuring out like, oh, like where's the rest of your crew? Oh, well,
Yeah.
it's just me. And it's, man, the character development within this film.
So interesting when you first see, an alien life form, right? Because at first, like, Rocky might not see him, but it's amazing how they can get you to feel for that character. Like, that you almost felt worse for Rocky than you did for Grace at point.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird how, like, connected you can feel to something like that. And I think I think why theater going is still so important to me is, we were all holding our breath and you could hear a pin drop in that theater. And our theater was full. Like,
yes.
The only seats that weren't taken, which, I mean, theaters, when are you going to stop doing this?
Right.
But the ones
The
up front,
front, yeah,
like, where, we're all neck ache and whatever. I know some people do love those seats. But you could hear a pin drop. And then when moments were funny, we all laughed at the same time. And those are the moments that I'm like, see how much we have in common? We're all laughing at the same time. They knew it would make us quiet. They knew it would make us jump. They knew it would make us cry, because I did cry a few times in this movie. I'm not even going to pretend. I think that's what is so important about seeing it together, because you realize how much you have in common. Like, look at that. We all had that in common in just that theater moment. We need to work on that.
Yeah, and I think after listening to a few reviews and reading a few articles like with Variety and the New York Post and stuff, what their critiques are with the film, there's a whole what's it called, a through line. You have to watch it in the theater. It's not a movie that you should watch at home.
No.
You should take time to watch it in the theater, because I think a movie like this is not clearly the effort and how it was filmed was made for the big screen.
Yeah.
And they've been promoting it since day one, and IMAX, large screen format, because they want you to not only see it to as full a scale as possible, but to feel it, the vibrations, the quietness, all the extremes of it. You cannot do it as well at home.
You know what it's like when you're at home? You get up, you go to the bathroom, you pause it for a drink, someone walks in that you didn't know was coming home. I mean, there's truly, when you're at home, I feel like you lose the shh.
Yeah.
Or the grabbing someone's arm.
Yes. Oh my
because
God.
you can't talk, so you're like grabbing each other's arm. Or I mean, I can sometimes hit like, oh God, like, or whatever. I think you lose that at home. You're like sitting in your own comfy chair. You might even nod off. You might even have a second where like, oh, this doesn't really interest me. And you might be tempted to go on your phone. And in a theater, it really forces that. No, pay attention. Pay attention.
Yeah. I think this movie, there's so many movies where I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I could have waited to watch at home. I'm glad I watched it in the theater, but this movie, I'm telling people, please, 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 please.
Well, the
watch
space
it.
scenes alone.
Oh my God.
The space scenes alone, you want to see. I mean, it's like saying for the first time you saw Star Wars, it was at home. The first time I saw Star Wars, I was actually like 6 years old. I saw it at a drive-in, and I fell asleep. The next time I saw it was like 8, and it was a little bit better because they or somehow it was re-released before Empire Strikes Back. Because remember, back then we didn't have. I was just telling my husband this. You know how like now you can go online and you can reserve like I want to go at 11:40 on a Tuesday, and you have your seat. Back then it was if it came out and you say I wanted to go see it and it came out on a Friday night and I went on a Friday night, I would have to wait in the line. Then you would get up to the ticket office. They would say, we're sold out. You would have to try to get it for the next showing. So you had to be prepared to be able to stay multiple showings and do something in between.
It was like a full day activity.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't guaranteed.
Especially a movie like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like now we just take it for granted. We're like, man. And it's like, no, go see it in the theater. Like, see how they made it to be on the screen.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think the marketing that they're doing is fantastic.
Oh my gosh, the marketing is so good. Did you see him redo the La La Land poster?
No.
Okay, so this is just something really funny. I saw this. So apparently for La La Land, the one thing that always bothered him was his hand on the poster. It was like
yeah.
And he hated it. So they recreated it with Rocky.
Of course.
And so that he could get his hand up like that. And it's so funny. I'll have to put it on our stories or something so that you can see what I'm talking about. But it was really, really funny. But like that's clever marketing because you're throwing back to other things. You're getting Rocky involved. This is another thing. I don't know if you know this, but when he was talking to Rocky in the scenes where like he didn't understand them, sometimes you would see him laugh or do things. He was actually talking to his kids.
I know when he said that, I was like, hey, that's sick. And that's when I found out. Oh, he has kids. Oh,
darn it! That beautiful wife of his.
Right.
Now when's that gonna be a movie? Him and his wife in a movie.
You know,
come on.
I think, as I was telling her earlier, they would rock the industry in the best way. Hollywood's not prepared for that.
They're not prepared.
And they're not. I need them. Wait, I need them either in a pirate movie or a fantasy.
Yeah.
They would eat in fantasy.
They would eat in fantasy.
Which this is also showing us can he do sci-fi because he's in the production for the new Star Wars film.
I know. I'm very excited about that.
I think he's going to do a fantastic job.
Listen, just go to this movie alone for the previews you're going to get to see.
Oh, yeah.
Odyssey, Dune, Mandalorian.
We had another one?
Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh, there were so many good. A lot of times nowadays when I go to the movies, the previews, I'm like, first of all, I get it. Like, we're all doing ads, commercials, but like, the previews are like lost in between commercials, and I'm like, is this a TV show I'm watching? Like, what's happening? But the previews for this movie were on point.
Yeah, I recently learned that the previews match the genre of the film. I did not know that. So when it came to like psychological thrillers and stuff, I'm like, oh.
I know. I have to close my eyes and have like, this is so scary. I can't be scared before I go see the movie. Yeah. But all right. So, would you change anything about the movie at all?
I think it's hard to say because I did not read the book, but one critique that a lot of people from the film critics that I've consumed their reviews on, they're saying it did not feel like the Earth was dying. There was no urgency, and I agree.
Oh, I would agree with that.
There was no, like, I didn't feel the chaos in the world. Like, the students kind of, but I'm like, it's like that naive chaos that they're not really able to, like, truly understand the way, like, an adult would feel like, oh my god, like, this is, like, serious.
Yeah.
They're scared because it seems like tomorrow is the end of the world. But for us, we have a concept of time.
Yeah.
That we're like, okay, no, it's not gonna happen tomorrow. It wasn't until when she forced him that was like, oh, now it's serious. Like, I didn't, because we didn't realize, we until then, we did not know, like, what made him get on the spaceship, because I thought, oh, maybe he was an astronaut in the past, maybe he was training, and he last minute backed out, like that, all these theories while the movie was going on, but the urgency, like, this is very stereotypical for, like, those types of like movies where the world is ending.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't think about that.
Maybe I would have liked to see that news clip of like that woman explain like, yes, the world will freeze into like tomorrow. Like just that I would like to see more urgency to see like how serious of this mission really is, because even the lady,
because it was such a serious mission.
Yes. Yeah.
Like crazy serious.
Yeah, and the lady, I liked her portrayal of her character, but the problem was like she was a little bit too relaxed. and I think it's because of the chaos and of how serious it's like when a
Yeah.
doctor is like, this is like life or death, but they're not gonna present it that way. They're gonna be as neutral as possible.
Right.
I think it would have been interesting to see what like it to
I felt
understand
like
the gravity of the situation.
I felt like she did do that though, like right before he got on the
yeah.
I do feel like she showed like we will not be here if you do
Yeah.
not get on that
Yeah.
ship. I do feel like she showed
She
it.
became stern. She's
Yeah,
like, all right,
right there. Originally, the guy who plays Carl,
okay.
he was not supposed to be in it that much.
Oh yeah, the security
liked,
guard.
yeah, but they liked their camaraderie.
Yeah, he was in the bear.
He was so excited when the clip of them in Home Depot and he makes the basket.
Yeah.
He was like, if one thing could have made the movie, I wanted that to make the movie. And he goes, because originally his character was supposed to be really like almost like kind of non-existent. And I will say, like, because having been on set and been an extra and done some stuff on like more TV commercial production, if you show up and they like you, they will find a space for you.
Oh, I'm happy for him.
Yeah,
because he's in the bear and
that's where I kept thinking, where have I seen him?
yeah,
He's the bear.
Yeah, he's great. I think he did a great
so
job.
He's good in the bear too.
Yeah, no, he is. He's fantastic.
He's so good in the bear, and I liked the music. I thought the music was really good with it.
It was a colorful.
You
film.
had a really good point when we walked out. Okay, I want to share this. This is what we're going to wrap up with. We walked out, and what did you say?
So this is spoilers.
Spoilers.
All right,
If you haven't seen it,
leave.
mute us. Then come back. Come back.
Exactly.
Because such a good point.
So as you could tell at the end of the film, we see Grace wake up in this what seems like Seattle-esque type of area. We're like, oh wow, is he back home? No, he's not. Oh wow, like clearly Rocky and his species like took care of him. He did not want to go back to Earth. So they set him up in this great space, like it felt like home, like it felt like Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see him become a teacher for the rest of Rocky's species, like and the children. It was so cute. But immediately I was laughing to myself because I was like, if Rocky was in Grace's shoes but on Earth, he would not be given the same treatment at all, and he would be given the same treatment E.T. did.
Yeah, which terrified all of his children.
Because
like, I remember Elliot was dying with E.T. and they were white and pasty. And they were so sick. And I remember, like, feeling sick in the theater, like, oh, I don't feel good now. And I'm like, because we were killing E.T.
Yeah. Yeah, and not only that, like, in Rocky's situation, like, they're not wanting to experiment on him.
Yeah,
because
they didn't need to dissect him for tests or figure out what they were just letting him live his best life because they were friends.
They were friends. They're like, okay, like, they did not see a gain in experimenting on him because it seems like Rocky and his species were satisfied with what they have.
Yeah.
And on top
of who they were.
And who they were. Unlike for us humans, if Rocky was over there, they would start testing him like crazy and be like, what can you do for our benefit?
Family, keep him there.
And
you need to.
Oh, sorry.
That was such a good point that we are not the kindest.
No, we're not the kindest, and we'll do anything.
We could be.
We could be kind.
We could be kind, but we choose. I think we choose to be. I think we're fear-based.
Yeah.
To quote Ryan Gosling and the author, but instead of fearing the future, what if it's just figuring it out?
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah. Oh, and that another moment that I love was when he was like, oh, how long have you been with your mate? He's like 185 years. Yeah. And he's like, wow, the honeymoon phase, as a joke.
Yeah.
And Rocky didn't understand that. And Grace is like, oh, that's a long time. And he's like, not long enough. My heart. And I was like, oh my gosh, like Grace not having a partner to go back to is like that type of love where you're like, there's no such thing as.
Well, I think at the end he realized he loved Rocky more than he loved anything at home.
Yeah.
And that's why he chose, spoiler, to go help him.
Yeah. Oh, thank God.
Oh my gosh.
Plot twist.
That was so stressful. Well, all right. We, at the end of the day, thumbs up, thumbs down.
Oh, yeah. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
If you get it, you get it.
If you get it, you get it. Thanks for joining us on our first recap of Hail Mary. Yeah. We enjoyed it so much, and thank you for all who made that movie. I'm Sherry.
I'm Isabella.
And if you need to find us,
we'll be at the movies. Yes. I'm Isabella. And
you need to.
Oh, sorry. what is it again? It's like,
if you need to find us,
we'll be at Movies.
We'll be at the movies.
Movies.
Miss Theater for a
Miss
sec.
Theater. Okay.
Theater to me is like Broadway.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
All right. Hey, welcome.